The GTO Association of America was started with an idea by Tony Baston from Bozeman, Montana. He thought there was a need for a national organization that recognized the Pontiac GTO as the original muscle car. In August of 1979, Tony began publishing a national newsletter called the Gas Can, sent to members on the 15th of each month, and the first informal GTOAA gathering was in Billings, Montana at the Rimrock Mall. At this gathering, members discussed the need for a nationwide club devoted to the Pontiac GTO. The GTO Association of America was born. By the fall of 1980, Tim Dye, the president of the GTO Club of Lima, Ohio, took over as publisher of the Gas Can, and Tony remained as president. Doug Seidlinger, GTOAA member number 2, answered an ad in Hot Rod magazine asking for members to join a club interested in GTOs. Doug paid his $5 and has maintained his membership ever since, making him our most senior member. Doug is shown here with his restified 1966 GTO and his 1968 Tempest custom convertible. On June 18, 1980, the first annual meet of GTOAA was held in Indianapolis, Indiana. With 13 GTO owners entered, there were more trophies than entrants. Those few who attended will always cherish the first dash plaque and the fond memories of this national event. The next 4 national conventions were held in Indianapolis. As word spread about GTOAA, the attendance at the nationals increased greatly. In 1983, Paul Zazarine takes over the Gas Can publication, and it is renamed The Legend. Paul is best known as editor of Car Review magazine and author of the 1964 through 1972 Pontiac Restoration Guide. Paul remains as editor of The Legend until 1985, when he left for Car Review. Our current editor is Tom Simchick. It is now 1984, and there were 5 chapters, and Lars Grimsrud takes over as president at the National Convention in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Bob and Connie Maher organized the first family-oriented 2-day event featuring Jim Wangers, noted marketing executive for the GTO, as speaker at the awards banquet. In 1985, the National Convention was held on Woodward Avenue in Bloomfield, Michigan, with 270 GTOs attending. This is the first convention attended by John Sawruck, noted Pontiac employee and historian. John would continue attending GTOAA national conventions for another 23 years, making presentations on Pontiac history until his passing in 2008. It is now 1986, and we have been in existence for 7 years, and there are 20 chapters affiliated with GTOAA. The National Convention moves to Wichita, Kansas, then Columbus, Ohio, Bloomington, Minnesota, and in 1990, Neil Blankenship from Columbus, Ohio, takes over as president. Louisville, Kentucky played host to the Nationals in 1991, and in 1992, Eric White from Minnesota becomes our 4th president at the Nationals in Lincolnshire, Illinois, hosted by the Cruisin' Tigers GTO Club. The Nationals moved back to Indianapolis, Indiana, and then on to St. Louis, Missouri for the 30th birthday of the GTO. It is now 1995, and we are in Niagara Falls, New York, and find Stan Rardin taking over as our 5th president. The Nationals move on to Denver, Colorado, Atlanta, Georgia, back to Wichita, Kansas, then to the Pocono Mountains of McAfee, New Jersey, where Bill Markowski becomes our 6th president. Back to Columbus, Ohio, then Red Wing, Minnesota, and in 2003, back to Denver, Colorado. 2004 marked the 40th birthday of the GTO, and where else would you celebrate this glorious event than Pontiac, Michigan, hosted by the Woodward Tigers GTO Club. 556 registrants from 43 states and several foreign countries made this the largest national event to date. In 2005, the Nationals moved to St. Louis, Missouri, and here Bob Alexander, our current president, assumes office. The next Nationals were held in Louisville, Kentucky, then on to Columbus, Ohio, then to Saratoga Springs in upper New York State. Our latest convention was held in Dayton, Ohio, and was the first ever convention held jointly with the Pontiac Oakland Club International, or POCI. This was the largest all-Pontiac event ever, with over 1,100 Pontiacs and GTOs on display at Wright State University in Dayton, Ohio. By now, the association has 45 chapters and over 3,500 members throughout the world, including 9 countries. Here is our current board of directors: Tom Simchick with Jerry Betka on the left, John Johnson with his wife Diana in the back, Beth Butcher, Bob Alexander, and Bill Markowski front and center, and Bob Maher with his wife Connie on the right. These individuals spend countless hours making sure GTOAA is the largest all-GTO club dedicated to the preservation of the Pontiac GTO.
This court has been called into session to pass judgment on a special new car from Pontiac. All rise for the judge.
The mission of the GTO Association of America is to preserve and promote the Pontiac GTO and offer enthusiasts opportunities to share their common interests. How does GTOAA accomplish this mission? First, we do it with 45 affiliated chapters across the entire United States. The Cactus GTOs, the Inland Empire GTO Club, the Southern California Gathering of Goats, the Tri-Valley GTO Club, the Classic GTO Association of Denver, the Northern Colorado GTO Association, the Connecticut GTO Club, the Sunshine State GTO Association, the Southeastern GTO Association, the Cruisin' Tigers GTO Club, the Heart of Illinois GTOs, the Indy GTO Association, the Northeast Indiana GTOs, the Pontiac Club of Iowa, the Greater Wichita GTO Club, the GTO Association of Maine, the Royal GTOs, Pioneer Valley GTO Association, Woodward GTO Tigers, Land of Lakes GTO Club, the Gateway GTO Association, the Delaware Valley Old Gold Club, the Garden State GTOs, the Land of Enchantment GTOs, the Electric City GTOs, the Western New York GTO Club, the Long Island GTO Club, the Carolina Classic Pontiac Club, the Performance Pontiacs of the Carolinas, the Tar Heel Tigers Pontiac Club, the Ohio Valley GTO Association, the GTO Association of Central Ohio, the Northeast Ohio GTO Association, the Goatherd GTO Club of Oregon, the Greater Pittsburgh GTO Club, the GTO Association of Pennsylvania, the Susquehanna Valley GTOs, the South Carolina Tigers GTO Association, the GTO Association of Northern Texas, the Gulf Coast GTOs, the Northwest GTO Legends, God's Country Pontiac Association, the Original GTO Club, the Louisville Pontiacs GTO Club, the NorCal Goats of Northern California. 45 chapters spread across 28 states comprising over 3,500 GTOAA members. Each GTOAA member receives the Legend magazine monthly, containing 32 pages of valuable information on the GTO. The editors of Old Car Weekly have bestowed the prestigious Golden Quill Award upon the Legend numerous times since its inception in 1983, recognizing the Legend's exceptional efforts in the old car hobby. Within the Legend, the members will find numerous articles on restoration and technical information, as well as feature articles on members' GTOs, performance tips, and GTO history. Activities of the GTOAA chapters across the country are reported, and the Legend brings the members feature articles by knowledgeable Pontiac enthusiasts and experts. The Classifieds section is one of the largest all GTO classifieds in the nation, where you can locate parts or cars you need, or sell the stuff you no longer want. Members can place an ad up to 100 words free each month. The The Legend is the one and only monthly publication dedicated to the original muscle car, the GTO.